Welcome to INVT XD30-60KTR 3-phase hybrid inverter installation guide. First, select a proper mounting position per the manual. Reserve ample clearance around the unit for adequate heat dissipation and convenient future maintenance. Prepare all mounting tools and PPE before installation. Unpack the product and take stock of all included accessories. Cross-check all components against the packing list. Use a spirit level to level the wall mounting bracket and mark drilling positions. Drill holes at the marked spots. Insert expansion bolts through the bracket and fasten securely to the wall. Align the inverter with the bracket buckles and mount it steadily. Tighten the fixing screw at the bottom right to secure the unit. Switch off the DC breaker on the inverter's left side. Separate positive and negative PV terminals. Connect them to the matching positive and negative solar panel cables. Connect all PV wiring connections. Take off the dust covers of the PV terminals. Route each connector to the matching positive and negative terminals of every MPPT channel. Connect positive and negative leads to the two battery terminals respectively. Crimp the cables with the corresponding battery ring terminals. Remove the dust caps from the inverter PV ports. Plug positive-negative cables into the matching battery ports of the unit. Press firmly until you hear a click. The 4 terminal ports on the inverter correspond to grid, load, generator, and PE. Unscrew the AC terminal cover on the lower part of the unit. Route all wires through the terminals into the inverter interior. Tighten all terminals securely. Loosen screws of grid terminals. Connect the NR/ST and PE wires to matching terminals, then fasten tightly. Load wiring follows the same procedure as grid wiring. Generator wiring shares the same steps as grid wiring. Finally, connect the unit's right side PE terminal to the building main earthing busbar. Remove the waterproof cover from the communication port. Route battery communication wiring to the BMS port. Remove threaded sleeve, rubber nut, and sealing ring in sequence. Slit one cable gland entry for LAN cable routing. Route the LAN cable through the rubber nut, sealing ring, threaded sleeve, and waterproof cover in order. Plug into BMS 1 or BMS 2 port, then refit the waterproof cover. Connect parallel communication cable to the CAN port. Connect the CAN 2 port of the master inverter to the CAN 1 port of the slave unit. For 3 parallel inverters, link slave 1 CAN 2 to slave 2 CAN 1. Toggle deep switches 1 and 2 to on position. Generator dry contact wiring connects to the dry port. Plug the data logger into RS4851 communication interface. Fasten tightly. Wire RS485 cable to RS4852 interface and lock firmly. Insulate unused 5V and GND wire ends with electrical tape to prevent short circuits. Connect RS485 positive to meter RS485A and RS485 negative to meter RS485B. Match CT sensor cables to the labeled color and number terminals on the energy meter. Meter terminals 3, 6, 9, and 10 connect to the grid phases R, S, T, and N respectively. The arrow on each CT must point toward the inverter. Yellow CT leads 13-14 clamp to grid R phase cable. Green CT leads 16-17 clamp to grid S phase cable. Red CT leads 19-21 clamp to grid T phase cable. Once all wiring is finished, power on the unit. The inverter will run an automatic self-check sequence. Check real-time unit status via the onboard LED indicators. Via icons on the operation interface, you can check basic information, PV information, AC output information, battery information, generator information, EPS output information. Top 3 icons display energy information, fault information, and access the settings menu. Configure language, battery parameters, and other system options in the settings menu. Refer to the user manual for detailed configuration.